aan de interpreter.
Nice to meet you. We had two in the middle.
Good evening, everyone. As you can see, we have Jurgen, Klopp and Alexis, Allister. We also have Rumours who's going to do translations. If you could direct questions to Alexis first, and we'll do that, and then we'll move on to the manager. Also, if we could wait for the translation of the question and the answer before moving on to the next question.
Dobrý večer, vidíte, že tu máme za hráče Allistera a trenéra Jurgena Kloppa. Prosím, jako první se ptejte hráče a vždycky počkejte, až bude přiložena otázka i odpověď. Díky.
Hi Alexis, you said the other week how you always kiss your World Cup medal and you've got a bit of a museum in your house. Are you starting to do the same with the Carabao Cup after the success the other week?
Yeah, I've got it there. The idea, of course, is to put it somewhere safe. But yeah, of course, it was a very special moment for me. My first trophy with Liverpool. So yeah, I've got it at home and I try to enjoy it every single day.
Otázka zněla, slyšeli jsme, že máte už doma takové muzeum trofejí. Po tom Carabao Cupu vám přibyla další. Ano, je to tak, je u mě v bezpečí, byla to úžasná chvíle, moje první trofej s Liverpoolem, takže si to vždycky užívám.
Hi Alexis, my name is Christoph, I'm here in TV. I would like to ask you about Soboslai. I know he had a couple of injuries in the past few months, but how do you see his performance in Liverpool so far? What does he bring to this team?
Yeah, he's an amazing player, a nice lad as well, and he's doing very well. As you say, he had an injury, but we cannot forget what he brings to the team. He's definitely as important as every player in this team, and and a special guy.
Otázka zněla, váš spoluhráč Sobolaj byl zraněný, ale já se chci přesto zeptat, jak hodnotíte jeho výkon a co přináší týmu. Je to úžasný hráč, úžasný kluk, jak říkáte, daří se mu docela dobře, byl sice zraněný, ale v týmu je užitečný a je důležitý jako všichni členové týmu.
Hi Alexis, can I ask you about your relationship with Darwin, both on and off the pitch? Obviously you created a goal for him on Saturday, but there's two South Americans living in a different culture. Can I ask you about your relationship with him?
Yeah, my relationship with Darwin is very good, of course. I think since the first time we met, you could see the connection between us off the pitch. Then on the pitch, of course, we try to be connected. When I play as a 8, of course, is that connection has to be important, and yeah, he's an amazing guy. He's doing very well, and he works very hard, and that's why I'm very happy for him. Sometimes I hear people saying that I help him a lot, but that's not true. His level is because he trains very well. He works very hard, and that's why he's scoring goals, and that's why he's important for this team.
Otázka, chtěl bych se zeptat na váš vztah s Darwinem Núñezem. Vy si rozumíte, i mimo hřiště v sobotu jsme zaznamenali, že jste spolu byli na golfu a jste dva Jihoameričané v jiné kultuře, tak jaký je ten vztah? Je to velmi kladný vztah, od našeho prvního setkání jsme si sedli a mimo hřiště a snažíme se to přenést i na hřiště, kde je důležité si dobře vyhovět. Je to skvělý kluk, tvrdě dře. Hodně lidí říká, že je tak dobrý jen proto, že mu pomáhám já, ale je to celá jeho zásluha. On tvrdě trénuje, proto je tak dobrý a důležitý pro tým.
Alexis, what's the secret to remaining so calm at that big moment on Saturday?
I wanted to ask that as well.
That's your fault.
How did stay so calm in that moment?
I don't know. I just play football, and that's what I like. And
If it would be that easy, I would have done it.
I don't know. I mean, I play football for a long time, even though I'm still young. I think that the experience helps definitely, and for me it's important to think on the pitch. You have to see where your teammates are, and once you have the ball, you have to try and make the best decision you can, and that's what I try. I don't know if I look calm or not, but I can tell you that in my brain is at 200%.
Jaké je tajemství toho, že dokážete zůstat vždycky v klidu? Trenér udělal vsuvku, kdyby to bylo tak jednoduché, tak to dělám stejně jako on. Odpověď, já prostě jenom hraju fotbal, to mě baví, jsem sice ještě mladý, ale mám už dost zkušeností, na hřišti se snažím hlavně myslet, všímat si, kde jsou mý spoluhráči a jakmile mám míč, tak se dobře rozhodovat. Možná působím klidně, ale v duchu, v hlavě jedu na 200%.
Good evening. What do you expect from tomorrow's match from Sparta?
Yeah, we expect a very tough game. We know that they are unbeaten at home, top of the league, and that tells you that they are a very good team. Of course, we saw some videos and we know what they do, but we need to focus on ourselves. I think if we focus on ourselves, we have the chance to win this game, and that's what we want. But they are definitely a very good team, and it will be a great battle.
Co čekáte zítra od zápasu proti Spartě? Bude to určitě obtížný zápas, my víme, že jsou na čele tabulky, doma jsou neporažení, viděli jsme videa, takže víme, co nás čeká, nicméně soustředíme se hlavně na sebe, protože jen tak máme šanci vyhrát a právě o to nám jde. Ale vím, že proti nám bude stát velice dobrý tým a čeká nás opravdu bitva.
Last one for Alexis there.
Hi Alexis, can you explain what the last couple of years have been like for yourself, and is winning trophies an addictive feeling?
Yeah, the last couple of years have been crazy for me, and tough at the same time. I went through difficult times, and even at that time I really believed in myself, and that was very important to have my family around as well. And then, yes, of course, I won a World Cup, so that's not easy, and that's of course something that I feel very proud of. And now living my life in a club like Liverpool, it's amazing. So every player and every person has to go through good and bad moments. Now I'm at the time that I'm really enjoying my life. So yeah, very, very happy with my career so far, and I'm enjoying it.
Můžete nám popsat těch posledních pár let, které jste zažil, a je získávání trofejí tak trochu závislost? Ano, byla to šílená, obtížná léta, zažil jsem i horší časy, ale stále jsem sám sobě věřil. Mám štěstí, že jsem kolem sebe měl svoji rodinu. Vyhrál jsem mistrovství světa, to není nic jednoduchého, jsem na to hodně pyšný. Teď jsem v Liverpoolu, což je úžasný život. Všichni hráči, všichni fotbalisté a všichni lidé zažívají dobré i špatné chvíle. Já si teď svůj život rozhodně užívám.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Move on to questions for Liverpool manager.
Team Hungary.
So good evening, Mr. Klopp.
I think as well as a good player.
That's not my question. But my question is about Soboslai, of course. I would like to ask you, what is your plan with him right now? Because he finally came back from his injury. But will he be a starter against Prague? You have to be careful with him ahead of the City match.
I don't. You might be surprised, but we don't talk about lineups in his press conferences. So it's good that he's back. He is like. So you know him probably very well. He loves playing football. Being injured is for him tough. It was not an injury where he was painful every day or whatever. He was just not allowed to train properly, how it is with muscle injuries. So that's the reason why we had to be careful in his rehab, because if we would have asked Dom, he could have trained like completely with the team since 2 or 3 weeks, but all the medical advisors told us, no, we have to wait, and that's what we did. Now he's back, played a few minutes, and is in the squad. All the rest, we will see.
Otázka na Sobola je, jaký s ním teď máte plán? On se konečně vrací po zranění. Bude už v základu, nebo ho pošetříte na Manchester City? My na předzápasové tiskovce o sestavě nemluvíme, ale já jsem rozhodně rád, že Soboslaj je zpátky. Ve fotbale je vždycky těžké být zraněný. On měl bolestivé zranění, nemohl trénovat, proto jsme na něj byli hodně opatrní. Už by býval mohl být 2-3 týdny s týmem, ale rada lékařů zněla ještě počkat. Takže teď už je v týmu, odehrál pár minut, ale uvidíme, jak to s ním půjde dál.
Good evening, Mr. Pop. My name is Jan. I'm from Czech News Agency. It's a pleasure to ask you a question.
Let's see if it's a pleasure to answer it.
First of all, I would like to ask you about Sparta. If you could tell us something about them from the videos you have seen and what do you expect from them? And secondly, I believe you have a relationship with a little bit with former Czech Liverpool players like Vladimír Šmicer and Patrik Berger. You know them a little bit, so if you could tell us something about them as well. Thank you very much.
Let me say, you know more about Sparta and you know more about Patrick and Vladimir, but that's, anyway, I understand the question. So, yeah, we watched obviously Sparta now, and it was an interesting and intense week for them as well. It was 2 games against Slavia. It's obviously a pretty special week. One game, the cup game, they won. The other game, they kept the distance in the table. So with a draw, that's obviously very helpful. Since the managers in, obviously things turned around, which you can see in becoming champion after such a long time. You can see that in the confidence the team is playing with, clear idea, very intense. But our idea is always a little bit like that, and I don't want to get it misunderstood, but they never played us. So as good as they are good, and we will see how it will work out. How Maka said, we expect a really tough game, but that means we expect from ourselves that we play a top game, and if we can do that, it's not a joy to play against us. So that's what we hope. But Sparta is obviously in a very good moment, and I think everybody who is with Sparta would say that exactly the same. Then Patrick and Vladimir are 2 absolute Liverpool legends. They love still being around. I have always time off when the Legends game is. That's international break. Then I'm not in the city, so we don't meet there a lot. But I know on tours and stuff like this that our legends, and the 2 are definite legends, are there as well. So we had some moments, and it's a joy to have them. And I think when they tell their stories about Liverpool, it's much more interesting when I tell their stories about Liverpool, because it was a bit earlier than I arrived there, but Liverpool is a pretty special club. And one of the best things about the club is they never forget their legends, and that's why they still feel home when they are there. And that's really cool. So, but I think the sporting director is a Dortmund legend. So Mr. Rosicki, if I'm right? Is he sporting right? Yeah. So, look, a lot of connections here. But we are here not for meeting old friends. We are here to play a really good football game. Sorry for the long answer.
Otázka zněla, řeknete nám, co jste se dozvěděl o Spartě a třeba z těch videí, co jste viděl, a jaký máte vztah s Vladimírem Šmicem a Patrikem Bergerem, což jsou legendy Liverpoolu. Vy určitě o Spartě, Vladimírovi, Patrikovi víte mnohem víc. My jsme samozřejmě Spartu bedlivě sledovali v posledním týdnu, který pro ně byl taky obtížný. Hráli 2 zápasy proti Slavii, jednou vyhráli, jednou remizovali, což je aspoň udrželo s náskokem v tabulce. Samozřejmě pod novým trenérem se věci změnily, vyhráli opět ligu, mají sebevědomí, hrají ve velké intenzitě, ale zatím ještě nehráli proti nám, takže uvidíme. My očekáváme těžký zápas, ale právě proto hlavně od sebe očekáváme top výkon. Nicméně musím potvrdit, Sparta určitě zažívá dobré období. Co se týče Patrika s Vladimírem, jsou to samozřejmě klubové legendy, rádi se drží blízko Liverpoolu. Ovšem, když je zápas legend, tak já většinou bývám na dovolené, je to mezinárodní pauza, takže jsem pryč, tolik se s nimi nevídám, ale musím říct, že Liverpool je v tomto výjimečný klub, nezapomíná na své legendy, proto se tam oni dva stále cítí jako doma, nicméně jejich vyprávění o Liverpoolu bude určitě zajímavější než to moje. A taky vím, že váš sportovní ředitel Tomáš Rosický je zas legenda Dortmundu, takže je to takové setkání legend, ale my tu nejsme od setkávání se starými přáteli, jsme tu, protože chceme hrát dobrý fotbal.
Good news that no travel and social noise and general conditions at the moment.
Can you please translate the question? Yeah, Mo traveled. Mo Salah traveled with us. That's what he was asking, and what the idea is with him. So, yeah, he's with us. He trained 2 days. So, full of energy. We have to see. But it's so good that he's back. That's really good for us, and you can see in his face he's very happy. Very unlikely situation with that being that long out, in for a moment if you want at Brentford. Played an incredible game there and was out again. So that's how it is. We want to be careful. We have to be careful. But we're in the middle of a super intense period of the season. We need everybody, and now let's see how long we can use him and these kind of things. That's how it is with him, with others as well. Yeah, just good news.
Jak je na tom Mohamed Salah? Už trénuje, poslední 2 trénuje, s týmem je plný energie, ale uvidíme. My jsme rádi, že s námi sem přijel, odehrál už úžasné zápasy, ale my musíme teď dávat hodně pozor na jeho stav. Je to hektická část sezóny a samozřejmě se to netýká jenom jeho, ale i dalších hráčů, takže uvidíme, jak na tom bude dál.
Jurgen, if Mo plays in the next 2 games, would you do you have any concerns about him being called up by Egypt during the international break?
No, that has nothing to do really. That's will be decided on in different departments. So it's not, no, has nothing to do with that. But I think let's see how long he can play now. It's only, how I said, 2 days in team training. So in a different situation, players are not in the squad in this moment. So, but in our situation, it makes sense. What can we give him? How much can we use him? We will see that. And then, yeah, 2 games with Egypt. But it's really not up to me or stuff like this. We are not really involved. So that's is discussed in other departments. Let me say it like that.
A pokud Mohamed Salah nastoupí v těch dalších 2 zápasech, myslíte si, nebojíte se, že ho Egypt zase povolá do reprezentace? To se rozhoduje jinde, já tohle neovlivňuju. Uvidíme, kolik toho odehraje v našem týmu. Po 2 dnech tréninku by normálně ještě nenastupoval, ale teď uvidíme, jak na tom bude, jak ho využijeme. Nicméně jeho povolání do reprezentace nezávisí na mě.
Apology, we won't get through every question. There's a lot of hands, but we'll do the last couple now if we can. Just the gentleman.
Mr. Klopp, my name is City. I'm from the Czech website Investor.cz. I'd like to ask you, you spoke a little bit about Brian Priestley, Sparta manager, and you met him a few years ago in the Champions League game against Midtjylland. So do you remember him somehow, and what do you remember about him and about the game? Thank you.
Yeah, we met when he was met in Midtjylland. I think, if I remember it right, we had some arguments on the touchline about the style of play of the opponent. It was pretty rough. So you asked me, so I answered it. It's not something. It's like just I saw the Galatasaray game. That was obviously not a friendly game as well. So yeah, we are. It's knockout stages. We go for everything, and that everybody involved in this competition is very ambitious. I understand. We are as well. We are not here for a friendly game. Definitely not. It's not about that. But yeah, that's what I remember. Very well organized. Obviously, you see that here. I think they played a similar system, if I'm 100% right. But that's a few games ago. So it's much more important what do they play now, and that my teams over the years developed a lot, different systems, different ways, different ideas. So just because you play somebody 3-4 years ago or whenever it was, doesn't mean you know him. So a bit of a strange idea. But he's doing an incredible job here, and obviously that's much more important because after 9 years becoming again Czech champion is really impressive, and then being again top of the table this year, and being in the cup final as well, if I'm right. Yeah, that was not yet. It's just the next round. It's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, super impressive, and obviously there are some really good Danish coaches out there. It's a country where a lot of coaches are coming from, so they are not all the same. So knowing a coach from 2 games is not enough to say I know him very well. So all good.
Vy už jste mluvil o trenéru Sparty Brianu Priskem. Setkal jste se s ním jako trenér, když on působil v Midtjyllandu. Pamatujete si na ten zápas? Ano, setkali jsme se, pokud si dobře pamatuju, tak jsme se u čáry trochu pohádali o stylu hry soupeře, bylo to docela drsné, takže to je moje odpověď. Viděl jsem samozřejmě i utkání proti Galatasaray, to taky nebyl přátelák, protože tohle je vyřazovací fáze. Všichni jsme ambiciozní a my dva rovněž, nejsme tu od toho, abychom se přátelili. Musím ale uznat, že je dobře organizovaný, už tehdy hrál, pokud se nemýlím, podobným systémem, ale pro mě je důležitější, jak hraje teď. I moje týmy se časem vyvíjejí, když do nich přináším nové myšlenky, takže to, co bylo před 3 nebo 4 roky, vůbec neznamená, že bych mohl říct, že ho znám. Nicméně tady odvádí úžasnou práci. Sparta po 9 letech mistrem, i teď je na čele tabulky. Pokud vím, tak ještě nevyhrála pohár, ale má tu šanci. Musím říct, obecně dánští trenéři jsou velice dobří, ale určitě nejsou všichni stejní a 2 zápasy nestačí k tomu, abyste někoho poznal.
Last month, generally.
Good evening, Mr. Klopp. Nice to see you. And I have a question. Liverpool has a very difficult program in this week.
Thank you.
You are first in the Premier League, and the next opponent is Manchester City. You are playing in a FA Cup against Manchester United. And how important in this context is a game against Sparta Prague?
Wow. As far as I know, it's the only game we play tomorrow night, so that's the most important game we have. That's absolutely. Don't make any difference. We wouldn't have won the League Cup. We wouldn't be in the, I don't even know which round it is in the FA Cup, but in the next round in the FA Cup, we wouldn't be still in the European League if we would prioritize a competition. We never did. Maybe it would be smart to do it. I just don't know how. I'm a bit dumb, so I don't know exactly how to do that. And we go in each game with all we have, and hopefully you will see that tomorrow night. That's the target.
Liverpool má tento týden velice těžký program. Chcete se udržet na čele tabulky Premier League, hrajete proti Manchesteru City, pak vás čekají Manchester United. Jakou má v takovém kontextu důležitost zápas proti Spartě? Pokud vím, tak to je jediný zápas, který zítra hrajeme, takže je pro nás nejdůležitější v tuhle chvíli. My bychom nevyhráli ligový pohár a nedošli bychom v FA Cupu a v Evropské lize tak daleko, kdybychom si určovali prioritu a u některých soutěží dávali nižší. Možná by to bylo chytré, ale já jsem v tomhle asi hloupý. My do každého zápasu dáváme všechno a hodláme to předvést i zítra večer.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good. That's very good.